All right, guys, welcome to the Chelsea Fans Channel. Now, as you all know, we are playing Bristol Rovers tomorrow evening, so we're going to give you a bit of a preview. Jack, we've got some main starting points. Talk us through them.
We've got some talking points. We're going to go through Chelsea's defensive requirements. We need reinforcements badly. That Batshuayi looks the real deal. That Pedro is not an adequate replacement for Willian. That Conte is the man. And then we're going to go through our starting 11.
I love that. Conte is the man. That's my favourite part of that. Okay then, right. So let's start with our defence then.
Yeah.
I mean, it is very clear that we need reinforcements. We don't have, especially when me and Jack were trying to pick our team for today, we don't really have many additional options, do we?
No, we are extremely lacking in the defensive options front, yes.
Yeah, and also I think, you know, obviously Terry is a solid defender, but he is getting older and we do need, you know, an option for games like this, cup games, and obviously when we do start to have European football again, we need somebody else because there are too many competitions and we can't rely on every player. They need a rest, don't they?
Yeah, we're crying out for reinforcements in this area. I think, you know, John Terry is as great a stalwart as he's been for the club. You know, probably the best defender we've ever had. We cannot rely on him as we continue to do year in, year out. You know, he's ageing. He's not getting any younger. Zuma has been out with the bad knee injury. And Cahill, for me, is just
I miss Zuma so much.
He's just too inconsistent, Gary Cahill.
Yeah.
On his day, he's solid, but too often he's shaky. We saw it again at Watford. He's really not up to the class that we need as a centre-back. And I really think, you know, this Koulibaly from Napoli, we need someone. And days are running out. The transfer window is going to be shut soon. And, you know, if we're not careful, we're going to be in some big trouble.
End up with no transfers whatsoever.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's not ideal what we're saying is, but what can we do? We have to work with what we've got for the moment.
So let us know, guys. Who would you like to see us sign in the remaining days of the transfer window? Give Conte a hand, because we need it.
Yeah, we definitely do.
Yeah.
All right then, so now on to our newest striker.
Yeah, he looks great. I mean, he only came on for, what did he get, 20 minutes or something as a sub?
Yeah, well, not that long. But even I said at the time, I was saying to the guy next to me in the crowd, because I went to Watford, I was saying how difficult it must be to come on, you know, when you have basically no Premier League experience. You've just started into a new team and we're not winning the game, we're losing. And he came on and he had a brilliant reaction to score a goal.
Yeah, he turned it round, you know, he scored a goal, he hit the crossbar, he was lively, he was industrious, and I think him and Costa could have a good linking up partnership over the course of the season. Let's cross our fingers on that.
Yeah, really good, and I actually love seeing Costa and him play together. I think they
Batshuayi.
are. Yeah, I think it just. I'm having trouble saying the name at the moment. I'll get there. How do you?
Batshuayi.
Batshuayi.
Probably not saying that.
I think people are calling him Batman or something.
Batman.
That would be easier for me, to be honest. But no, I love seeing two strikers up front. I think it makes all the difference in our team, and it clearly worked when Antonio made his substitutions
and Costa,
on Saturday.
Did it again, didn't he? Against Watford, last-minute winner.
Love that.
You know, if he could kick
in. It's exciting football. It makes for exciting football again.
It does, yes. Nothing like a last-minute winner to enjoy that first pub in the pint afterwards.
Exactly.
The first pub in the pint? The first pint in the pub, you know what I mean. Next thing I want to talk about, Sophie, and I want your opinion on this, because I know you've always been quite a supporter of Pedro.
I have.
My feeling is when Willian is not in the squad or not in the team, Pedro is not an adequate replacement.
No. Now, listen, I actually do think Pedro is a brilliant player, definitely. But there is, I mean, it's very hard to follow in the footsteps of someone like Willian, because he is, well, if not, was our most consistent player last season. And he, to be fair, still is this season. So it's a shame that he wasn't able to play on Saturday. I don't know.
Pedro, like, he flatters to deceive. Like, so often in a Chelsea shirt, he gives us glimpses. We get flashes of how good he is.
That's true.
But that's why he cuts such a frustrating figure. A bit like Oscar in some ways, that we know how good they are, but just they're not consistent enough.
Yeah.
And for that reason, you know, he definitely is not an able replacement.
Yeah,
when Willian's out the team.
Yeah, I mean, it's quite clear that we have a limited amount of options at the moment, guys, in quite a few areas, all probably apart from up front, because we seem to be getting that right at the moment. But it is a shame, and I think, like I said, maybe, I mean, Antonio keeps going on about saying how he's not afraid to replace players no matter how good they are. So say he even went on a run of 10 really good games, had one good game, he's not afraid to drop him. And maybe that makes all the players better, because they actually come on when they're at their best.
Yeah.
So time will tell. I mean, it's still very early on in the season, and, you know, we're going to have to work with what we've got, so we will see more of what Pedro can do.
Exactly, yes. There's a long way to go.
Long way to go.
You just touched on him then, and I'd like to talk a bit more about the great man. Antonio Conte, what do we think?
I think he's brilliant. And do you know what, guys? I actually wasn't expecting him to have this much of a good start. I think everybody else was, apart from me. And he's really proved me wrong. I think, like I said, I love everything about him. I think when we got the first goal, when we equalised with Watford at the weekend, I think everybody else got, I think Rory especially didn't see this because he got bundled by some Chelsea fans. But I was watching Antonio and just how he is, because I actually quite like to see what he's like as a manager. Yeah, and he was basically saying, don't celebrate, like dragging them back.
Come on, get on.
Yeah, get back, and we've still got a job to do. And I absolutely love that. I think that's going to be all the difference, because you don't need to celebrate. There's no need to celebrate a draw, is there? Really,
no,
we're not winning.
He's a pure winner, and
born winner.
You know what I liked. You know, we know he's got the passion. We've seen that in him. We saw it at the Euros. We saw it last week against West Ham. But what I really enjoyed watching over the weekend was his tactical nous as well. You know, we're losing 1-0 to Watford. We didn't really look like we were going to get a result, did we? You know, 10 minutes to go, we're still losing the game. He makes 3 big substitutions. You know, all of a sudden, Fabregas is on, Batshuayi is on, and Moses is on, and changed the game.
Yeah, exactly. And also, I think as well, is the way he plays football, he's not really playing as defensively as what I thought he would. Ivanovic was, you know, further down the pitch, crossing the ball into the box, and when he was trying to run back, Antonio was saying, no, stay there, like stay up front.
Okay,
I want to get the second goal. And that's the difference, isn't it, this season to last season? And we're seeing so much. It's like a different team.
Talking of the team?
Yes, talking of the team, let's get on to that. Now, me and Jack did have, you know, a little bit of a struggle pickling the team.
Pickling the team. It's always a struggle to pickle the team.
Picking the team. Because of our, you know, lack of second choice options.
But we've given it a go.
Yeah, let's go. So, starting in goal, who are we going to go for, Jack?
Well, we know it's a League Cup game, and normally the reserve choice goalie would probably get a look in. Begovic, we're talking about. However, we've decided to stick with Thibaut.
Yeah.
We think, you know, get a clean sheet.
Yeah, he needs the game time.
Get a clean sheet. You know, pick up a bit of form.
Definitely. There's still way that Courtois could improve, and I don't think that putting him on the bench, I don't think he necessarily needs a rest at the moment. We haven't got European football, so we do need to be going for every cup. And although at the moment Bristol haven't had the best start in their league,
you'd hope
we still need to be cautious as you always do. And I'm pretty sure Antonio's going to want to win the game. So Thibaut is in goal. Definitely.
Thibaut's in goal.
Moving on to the defence.
Yep, we'd like to see Ola Aina at right back.
We would indeed, yes. Something new. I think he's proven himself, hasn't he? Especially in pre-season, although he didn't get as much game time.
Well, I think he got a lot of game time in pre-season. We haven't seen much of him yet in the Premier League, but yeah, League Cup is exactly a perfect opportunity for him to get some more minutes under his belt. So right back, Ola Aina.
Yes, definitely. Then we move into our centre-backs. Now, I mean, we're going to have to go. We'll do both of them, won't we? Cahill and Terry. So Terry I feel is a must still, because you know he really does hold us together, and I'm still not confident enough to leave him out of the team with our current situation. Had we actually have had Zuma, maybe I'd be considering it, because he is very forceful. Yeah, definitely. But at the moment, I don't feel like, even though it is only against Bristol, we can't really afford to leave him out of the team, and I'm pretty sure most people would agree with me there. Yeah,
Cahill and Terry, due to lack of options really, are our two centre-backs. And left-back, Azpilicueta, happy with that?
Yeah, we're going to go with Dave. I think, why not? I mean, I think as well, Ivanovic, although I'd love to see him play, I don't think it's necessary for this game as such. I think if we're really, really struggling, maybe he can come on, but I think we'll do a decent job without him.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, middle of the field.
Who do you want to talk about?
So we'll start off with Conte. Going to play him just because I think he's really...
he's had a good start to the season. What do you think?
Really,
First 2 games,
really good
quite
start.
Busy, quite industrious.
Yeah, and
nice
I think
to see him buzzing about.
Yeah, exactly. And I think actually, unlike a lot of substitutions, he actually makes a difference to the whole team. For me, he's like that missing link in between everybody.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm pleased that actually at the moment, although we have conceded a couple of goals, we've actually seen quite a lot of football in the other end of the field. So definitely, I think he should definitely play.
Conte. And partnering him in the centre, we're going to go with Fabregas. I think he made a big difference when he came on against Watford. Beautiful.
The pass to Costa is what we're talking about, people. We love that.
And that's what he gives you, isn't it? He gives you that extra bit of class. So Fabregas should have a good game against Bristol.
Especially because Antonio hasn't given him, as much game time in the 2 starts. I mean, he's only come on as a sub, hasn't he? So I'd be thinking that this is going to be a player that he's definitely going to have on his list.
Yeah.
Okay, and then we'll go to the sides. So we're obviously going to pick Hazard.
The wings?
Wings. Why? What's wrong with the sides? I like saying that. Okay, the wings. Wings of the midfield.
Yeah.
Okay, so first off, we'll start with Hazard. I think it's still important. He's on brilliant form at the moment. He's a different player to last season, and like I said, it's still a game we need to win. So all being well, if we do get 2 or 3 early goals, he can come off, have a rest, and that leaves room for somebody else to come on.
Exactly. Yeah. Hopefully he doesn't drift in and out too much. When he's on it, he's brilliant. Too often for me, he does go quiet. Does go missing throughout periods, but then he'll get the ball and he'll do something magical again. So
definitely.
More of that, please, Eden. And then on the other side, Victor Moses.
Yeah, and I'm so surprised, guys, because I think I actually quite liked Victor Moses when he was back at Chelsea a few years ago.
Yeah.
Although maybe other managers didn't think he was sort of up to the standard. Let's face it, he's come on twice now and he's actually done a pretty all right job.
Yeah.
We're getting late winners, but I do think, it's not just down to Diego, it's everybody else who's on the pitch as well. And yeah, I think he's a brilliant starting for a League Cup game. So yeah,
Absolutely.
he definitely gets a spot in the team.
Yep.
And then let's go on to our strikers.
Two up front.
Yeah, we're not just having one.
Bashuay and Costa.
Definitely. I think it's important because I love to see 2 strikers up front, and I actually think the more game time they get together, they do generally they work well together.
Yeah, they've got to work out how to gel.
Yeah.
They've got to figure out each other's games, like who's going to make the run, who's going to come short, who's going to go long, all that kind of stuff that strikers do.
Yeah.
So this could be a perfect hunting ground for them. Get a good few goals under the belts.
Exactly. I actually think he makes Costa. I think it makes Costa a best player as well. When there's 2 people up front, he seems to have a lot more energy, or maybe it just leaves a little bit of extra space for him to do what they need to do.
Yes.
But yeah. That is our starting lineup, guys, for Bristol Rovers. It should be a win. What's your score prediction, Jack?
My score prediction, Soph, is 4-0 to Chelsea.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Oh, really?
What are you
Well, I
saying?
hope so. I'm going to give it a 3-1 just because of our defence. But all being well, 4-0. I'd like to think it's what Jack says. Guys, let us know what you think. Who do you think should be in the starting lineup? Have we got it right? Would you rather have seen Begovic in goal rather than Courtois? What do you think of us having 2 strikers? Let us know your thoughts, and we will see you all on Tuesday night. All right, guys, welcome to Chelsea Fans Channel. Now, as you can see, I'm up at Wembley for the Community Shield. Now, Man United fans love to sing songs about our success being very hollow. However, I suggest to you lot that their heads are, so follow me. Question for you, spell Ibrahimovic.
Ibrahimovic?
Yeah.
Oh, God. E-B-R-A-H-I-M-O-V-I-C.